Hello, welcome to Off the Beaten Tracks. Today, I've got a couple of things going on. Number one is the most important to me is my competition to cheer up Eric Weinbender. Most of you know that he was involved in a horrific car accident and has been had multiple injuries. So my competition is very simple. You don't have to subscribe to me. You don't even have to watch any of my videos. I don't matter. What matters is that you do a video to cheer up Eric. You could tell a joke, you could do sock puppets, you could do a poem, anything you want. Just do a video for Eric to cheer him up during these troubled times, because there's nothing more lonely than being in hospital. I can tell you from personal experience that it's horribly depressing at times, and I feel that the support from the VC is going to be a very important element in his attitude and recovery, because we're all his friends, and that's what friends do, right? We come together and we support each other when things go awry, and this is certainly the very definition of awry. So all you have to do, it's $100. The draw is on the 18th of August, but you don't have to do much. Just let me know that you've done a video for Eric and told a poem, whatever. As I said, jokes, whatever you want to do. If you could get do him a striptease, if you could get away with it, because boy, that'd cheer me up in hospital. So that's it, and we're going on to the rest of the show now, right after this. So I was gearing up about a week and a half ago to do a video for the VC, and I got this email from a friend of mine. He said that he had a friend who was a jazz musician, played jazz guitar and did a lot of arrangements, had a long career, and was selling his house in Toronto and moving into an artistic community where they had lofts, and he was cutting down. He was shrinking everything in his life, and he had a bunch of 78s. And a few other uncommercial recordings is what they were described as. And would I be interested in them? I said, sure. People have gifted me their collections in the past. And because I appreciate them. If you give a collection to me, you can count on it that I will never sell a single record. I have never sold one in my entire life, and I don't plan to. They become members of my family if I am given these records, or if I buy these records, and then I treat them like kings. It could be the most expensive record on the planet. It gets the same treatment as a shitty Pickwick reissue. They all are members of my family, and they're all treated exactly the same. So that being said, he picks me up and we drive over to this place in Toronto, and we go into the house, and everything's all over the place because he's moving. And and I'm going to put a picture right here. There were 6 or 7 boxes of 78s, and I have not gotten to these 78s yet. And that is because I'm going to try and put a video here. He also had some records, and with any luck, you should be seeing the video of the records now.
The moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life are free, and the stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine.
So I was blown away. I mean, there's incredible stuff in here. And I think there were about 650. There were about 90 of them that were water damaged, and a lot had mold on them. And I spent 3 solid days with my little squirt thing and my little microfiber rags, wiping the mold with I had the face mask on in my basement. I was wiping these and processing these, and I put a couple on the turntable. And despite a lot of mold on some of these, they play through perfectly. I mean, you don't. It's not like you hear big surface noise or anything. I mean, they could, you know, depending on what scratches they had, and most of these were in very good shape. They play like perfect records that you'd never know they were molding. Now some of the covers are damaged, and I'm going to have to see if I can find some more covers to replace them. But fantastic stuff. Now, a lot of it was jazz and some old, a lot of OG rock and roll stuff. And I'm going to hold up stuff now. And I don't know that much about jazz. I've got some jazz in my collection, mostly back in LA. I don't think I had much here. Now I have a lot of jazz up here in Toronto with me. I'm going to hold up these. I basically just picked albums up out of the boxes. I wouldn't say at random, but just to cover look interesting. So again, I have no idea what these are worth. There were some reissues. There were some OGs. And I'm just going to hold them up now just to give you a sampling of the kind of stuff that came along. So I'm going to start with Coltrane. Now, this one I do know is like a 1970s reissue of this album. Haven't listened to that yet. I've got to about a dozen of these so far, and so far they've sounded really good. Okay, Ben Webster meets Oscar Peterson. A little bit of tape here. Now, this one was interesting. This is the second Country Joe and the Fish album because it has the poster. And this thing has never been out. I don't think out of the record until I took it out. Now it's in this protective sleeve. But yeah, so this was in great shape. I have 3 copies of this. This one's still in the original shrink. One was trashed. One was pretty good. And then this is in really good condition. OG copy, King Crimson. Very happy to have that. To show you, it goes from old albums to I have Meat Puppets on 180 degree. I say that, but grams. Debuting it, Mr. Gillespie. So Dizzy Gillespie there, in very happy times. I looked this man up. I did not know who he was. Attila Zoller, Gypsy. I haven't listened to this yet, Gypsy Cry, but I do know he's a jazz guitarist. We have somebody who plays the trumpet. This is Louis Armstrong at the crescendo. And these things went far afield. This is Jewish Children Sing. So I haven't listened to this one yet, but Shirei Shabbat. Looking forward. And then Eric Lyle Chorus. I love these where these, you know, they get the girls and the guys and they put them into these outfits. So yeah, so this goes far afield. You can, you know, from the Al Casey Quartet back to some jazz on Prestige label. Mr. Jimmy Rushing, really looking forward to 5 feet and 5 ton of soul, they could have said about this. This is an original pressing of the George Harrison All Things Must Pass with the poster. Got the poster. A little bit of damage on the box. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that, but nice to have the poster. Now, the next album I'm going to do is the band Syrinx. They were kind of a futuristic keyboard-driven band from the late 60s. The lead songwriter and was Doug Pringle, who's right here in the middle. And he later went on to form Michael Jordan and the Poles, which was quite a substantial new wave band here in Toronto. More jazz, Stan the Man Turrentine, right here. This is just to give you a sampling of what I have, and I've got to go through these. It's going to take me forever. Zoot Sims with Al Cohen and Phil Woods. This is an OG of Surrealistic Pillow by everybody's favorite airplane. Chico Hamilton. This is from I think the middle 50s, this album. Not worth a lot of money, but it doesn't matter because I ain't selling it. More Dizzy Gillespie. There you go. He's not quite as ebullient in that one. I believe this is an OGA of Sun Ra. This is the very first Sun Ra album I have, and I'm very interested. I used to see him on the old concert shows back in the day in the 70s. So the sun will come out at some point. I have no idea. It's a Japanese album, and it's got a lot of Japanese names actually in that I can read in the back. But musicians are Jun Tagawa, Yushiro Yoshikawa. Anyway, I'm going to listen to this. Really fascinated to see what that is. Going back to a little rock and roll or folky roll. This is Garden and Van Winkle. They put out like 3 or 4 albums. I think this collection had at least 3 albums. Little blues, Mississippi John Hurt. We have some piano here from Alexander von Schlippenbach. There we go. We have a little Basie Plays Hefty. I love these covers, and I certainly love this one. So, and I don't have, I don't think any, and now I've got 3 or 4 albums, including a big box set of Keith Jarrett. This is the Colne concert. I also have Back to Rock. Just shows you, this goes all over the place. Carry On, the Hollies with Evolution. Get a little new wavy. The Flying Lizards. Here's an old one, Art Blakey and A Night at Birdland. Really looking forward to listening to this. And there's a few of these, like this one, which has the original price tag from the store. And this was $5.95, and it was on sale for $4.80. And I think $4.80 is around, in today's dollars, because this is from like 1958 or 7 or something, that's around $40. So this cost $40 back in the day. I have any number. I don't know if I had any Bill Evans before. Now I have, I think there's 6 or 7 Bill Evans albums in there. So getting to the end of that. Here's Gary Burton with Keith Jarrett. That looks pretty cool. More rock. Here's the Electric Flag, A Long Time Coming. I have a musical offering by Don Elliott. French horn, English horn. I can remember. A little tiny bit of prog, as with the King Crimson, a little Rick Wakeman right there. Hank Crawford. There you go. Looking forward to hearing that. I've got some James Moody, and as I say, these are just random picks out of the bunch. And Oliver Nelson, the Blues and the Abstract Truth. There you go. And my last one, just from the pick, I had him on the Tonight Show several times. I always loved when he was came by. Is Joe Williams. So there we go. So just a sample of this stuff, and I watch a lot of these videos, and I'm always jealous when somebody is given or finds this big collection somewhere. And now I have one. So I have my own story. So if you're hanging there long enough, fingers crossed, somebody will give you just a treasure. And I'm just dying to get in and explore this collection with my ears. And I'm going to treat it very, very well. So the person who gave this to me, if he ever sees this video, rest assured, they're in basically like an animal sanctuary for records, because that's what I do here. Thanks for watching.
The moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life are free, and the stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the the sunbeams that shine